most accomplished players, though, from this generation, they played for Team USA. LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant led the way. All three are champions. All three are MVPs. All are in the top 5 and active scorers. But with all they've accomplished comes some big questions about their immediate title hopes. So, Legs, who do you feel best about? After you watch them in Paris, who do you feel best about heading into the season after seeing them show out there?
I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns because they had two guys, first of all. Very important. And Kevin Durant was sensational. It's starting right off the bat when he came off the bench, makes his first 6 shots in the first half after being out for a while. But also Devin Booker, I think the way he is now viewed, Devin Booker's put up big numbers in Phoenix. They had a very disappointing year last year, regular season, and obviously getting swept in the postseason. They make a coaching change. Couldn't have gone much worse. Devin Booker plays a role on this team where he gets so much credit internally from the coaching staff, from his teammates about being the unsung MVP, to quote Steve Kerr. That's got to make Devin Booker feel really good in terms of how he's viewed as a winner. Kevin Durant was great. They come in. They're going to get more than 41 games together this year with Bradley Beal. I love some of the new pieces they've added. I think Phoenix has the most to grab in terms of a team, from a team standpoint, of those star players that played on the Olympic team.
Agreed. But the team that I'm going to say who can carry Olympic success coming up into the NBA season, it's a little different. I'm going to say the Boston Celtics. Why? Because they had a very notable snub from their roster. His name was Jaylen Brown. And then Jason Tatum, whether it was warranted or not, received a ton of criticism. Now, people that have played a part of USA basketball understand that sometimes you're the odd man out, especially when you're talking about KD, you're talking about Ant, you're talking about a lot of talented players. So to have Jason Tatum with a little chip on his shoulder, you got Jaylen Brown with a little chip on the shoulder, and you have all of their team coming back. And they were by far the best team in the NBA last year. So to me, I think having your two dominant players with a little bit of chip on their shoulder coming from the summer, that's going to put you in a good spot heading into next season.
Yeah, I agree. If you're the Boston Celtics, I mean, it was an interesting situation where the replacement player got more minutes than Jason Tatum, your star player in the NBA Finals, and then also Drew Holiday's out there doing what he does, being that great glue player as well. There are a lot of things that can motivate you. Their goal is to go back-to-back, and we know that that is very difficult in the NBA, but I do think that they will all draw on the circumstances of the summer, and they're going to be focused because they have an opportunity. I mean, teams are getting better in the East. Philadelphia, we know Cleveland won't stay the same. We talked about teams that we should say their names, the Magic, there are better teams that are coming, but still, they have all the requisite talent.
Yeah.
And they weren't fully 100%. Kristaps Porzingis showed up and really helped them out, but he wasn't necessary completely. If they're healthy, they can do it, and now they're motivated on top of that.
And we're not going to get into all this apron talk, but this roster ain't going to stay together long. But financially, it's impossible.
That they were at all is very, very
That's what I'm saying.
rare.
They got 1 year, 2 maybe, before these taxes and all of these things start getting to a very difficult
The sale
place.
came up at an interesting time.
The sale came up at a very interesting time.
Well, I love your point, by the way, because it is almost next to impossible to have a team win a championship, kind of win it for the first time as a core group, and come in some ways hungrier because of what happened with their two star players. That's very unusual. Usually you get some sort of a hangover or malaise at the start of the year. I think you're going to see something different out of the Boston Celtics.
I wouldn't want, though, because Chiney is so kind and so informed, I wouldn't want us to think that just because she has points supporting Richard to think she actually agrees.
Never.
100%
Never.
Yeah, I was taken aback. I was taken aback.
Well, he's in studio. It's been a minute.
Leg said that on the call. I gave my answer. Leg was like, you know what, Richard? That's a really good point. I was like, why'd you sound so surprised?
You sounded rattled by that. You're like, where are you going with this?
I was like, are you adding to this?
Sinead, do you agree? Are the Boston Celtics the team who can carry success?
Richard rarely has really good points. He only has vendetta. Stay petty so you don't have to get petty. That's why you picked the Boston Celtics. For me, I'm going to go to the silver medalist, France, and I'm really intrigued to see how Wemby takes another step forward.
Okay.
Because one thing, Malika, you said when the season started, his first year, this is a guy that's hungry to win. And we saw that on the grandest stage. In 4 years, when the Olympics are here in Los Angeles, he could be the most dominant player from what we see both offensively and defensively in the NBA. But now he has help. Now he has Chris Paul. Can y'all imagine that 7-5 lob from the guy who created Lob City in Los Angeles, now tag teaming with Victor Wembanyama? You also bring in that veteran experience in Harrison Barnes.
Amen.
It seems like they're trying to turn the corner because when we started our season last year, Richard, you're like, I'm calling these San Antonio Spurs games, and they ain't really looking like they're trying to win.
No, I wasn't saying they were tanking. I'm just not surprised they had two top 10 picks.
What I'm saying now is it looks like they're trying to make that effort, and that's going off of their star player, Victor Wembanyama.
It's time for our little game, Who Said That? I'm going to read you a quote and then ask our esteemed contestants Who said that? Come on, play along with us. And I get to do my game show voice. All right, it's been a while, so let's go. But first, we need to crown a champion from last year. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Wait, there's a champion?
Kendrick Liddell Perkins. But this is a new year, so we will crown
I beat
Perk.
Richard. I'm happy with that.
Wait, if I get it right, I jump right to the top.
Exactly.
This is
100%.
Tim, I think you were like
This is a
75%.
clean slate.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. We're going to start here with you, Chiney Ogwumike. Who said, quote, "I'm as old as bleep in basketball terms, but I'm still super young in life"? Was it Draymond Green, LeBron James, or Richard Jefferson?
It's definitely me.
Maybe it's Draymond.
Was it Draymond Green?
Dang, is it LeBron?
Was it Draymond Green going once?
Oh, it's LeBron? How obvious is that?
Very. I don't know how you got it wrong.
Oldest basketball terms, but I'm super young in life.
Come on, Chiney. I tried to give you the easy one.
It sounds like something Draymond might say.
No, I thought LeBron was way too obvious.
I knew it wasn't you.
The other
I knew it
option was
wasn't
me.
you.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't you,
You had a
and I thought
50-50
LeBron was
chance.
too obvious.
It's all right. 50-50
Wow.
chance. All right, we're 0 for 1 so far. Richard Jefferson, you're up next. Which NBA owner borrowed this Steve Jobs quote for the upcoming season? Quote,
come on.
"We're going to put a dent in the universe." Was it Steve Ballmer, Matt Ishbia? Was it Vivek? Who you got here?
With all respect to all three of these owners, I typically try to avoid listening to what owners say. So this is a setup. I'm going to say Vivek.
Was it Vivek?
You get it right, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh! Go 1 for 1. I'm never coming back in.
We're gonna put a dent in the universe.
Richard Jefferson on the board.
Okay, it's only fair because you were
Nah,
last
she's
place
nice.
last year.
Listen,
All
we
right,
all got
Tim.
scrapbooks.
Are you ready?
I
Now that
would've
you've
got
seen
that
it
one
done.
wrong, yeah.
All right, which championship head coach said, quote, "The
right.
animal kingdom is the purest form of hierarchy. If you step outside of it, you get killed"? Was it Michael
Wow.
Malone? Was it Joe Mazzulla? Or Eric Spoelstra?
Wow, these are three really cerebral guys that give you sound bites like this. This is a really hard one, but I'm going to say Joe Mazzulla.
Is it the head coach of the champion Boston Celtics,
Boom.
Joe
There we go.
Mazzulla?
That sounded like a Mazzulla quote
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm a sore loser.
Wait, am I first place now?
The animal kingdom
Time.
is the most purest form of hierarchy and role definition that there is. Everybody plays their role. If you step outside of it, you get killed.
Mazzulla's had some very interesting quotes this
It makes
this
sense.
offseason.
It makes sense, especially if you're talking about a team. There's a hierarchy. Step
Did you hear
outside
what
of
he
it.
said about talking about the mentality of defending as champions?
between
You
your
shouldn't
eyes?
be defending, you should be going on the offensive. That's what it should be. And yes, the
100%.
target is not on their back. He wants it right here,
There.
right between
It's
their
always
eyes.
good to say that when you have the most loaded team in the NBA.
All right, I got one more.
a good point.
Sinead, it's redemption time, all right?
I don't know about
Who
my
said
odds.
this? Quote, "If I was 6'8", I feel like I would be the best player ever
I know
to play
this one.
game."
Okay, so if we can wipe out my first answer, I will
No.
reclaim it with this. It is Trae Young, baby. Give me Trae Young.
Was it Trae Young? Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay, it was Trae
Yeah.
Young.
Add it to my count. Add it to my count.
No, I don't know about that.
You're
I love you, but-
50-50 now.
If I
Wow.
was 6'8",
You're the
like,
rules.
I feel like I would be the best player to ever play this game.
But is he right?
I feel better.
Okay, you feel better, but is he right?
I was right.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
Yeah,
Today
right,
was right.
right.
All right.
Leave it there.
Feel better.
Speaking of the greats, all right, Aaron Rodgers. Let's go over to NFL as we count down towards NFL Live. He returned last night for the Jets, 364 days after his Achilles tear on opening night a season ago. It was a losing effort, but Rodgers showed us he's still got a little bit of magic on this 36-yard touchdown pass to Alan Lazard. Rodgers is still the betting favorite to win Comeback Player of the Year on ESPN Bet. Now, the NBA, of course, doesn't have a Comeback Player of the Year award, but we can have one on NBA Today.
Ooh, okay.
So if you're looking about who maybe is going to have a comeback season this year, Tim, which player are you looking at?
I'm going with Klay Thompson, and not necessarily because of the production or he didn't go anywhere last year. He played, I think, because of his relevance. He's going to be on a team that can contend for a title, and his impact on Dallas and the number of shots that he's going to get as opposed to the guys that were taking those same exact shots a year ago. You're going to see a dramatic difference in Dallas for Klay Thompson.
Me? Okay, I'll go. I'm going to say John Morant. And why? Because this was a team that was trending upward. They were the Oklahoma City Thunder 2 seasons ago. And obviously there's been injuries. There's been a lot of things that have gone on within the organization. But don't forget who John Morant is. Don't forget about Bane. Don't forget about Jaren Jackson Jr., former Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart, former Defensive Player of the Year. This is a loaded roster that just needed to get healthy and make sure that their internal group was focused, pushing in the right direction.
I'm going to go with the team whose player, their star player, was mad that they didn't have a Christmas Day game, the Milwaukee Bucks. But I'm going to go with Dame Lillard because his last season with the Trailblazers, he averaged 32 points per game. This past year, 24 points per game. They got him to be clutch and for them to deliver, at least getting to like the conference finals at least. So to me, Dame coming back after a year of thinking about it, coaching change, trying to assimilate. Their defense was struggling. Their offense was pretty decent, fourth in the NBA. They have to put all those pieces together.
I haven't really been paying attention to things because it's that time of the year. Did you say the Bucks aren't on Christmas Day?
Oh, my goodness, Richard Jefferson.
And Christmas isn't for 5 months. Oh, my God. They should be pissed off.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
The league is disrespecting y'all.
And they can't
Richard.
flex those games.
Richard.
They're not going to
It ain't
Welcome
changing.
to the party. Thank
It's good to be
you.
back.
Thank you for. It's good to have you back, and it's good to be back with all of you. We will see you tomorrow. NFL Live. Laura Rutledge in the gang.
Swagoo.